Welcome to the week ahead for financial markets. And things were moving along very nicely last week. And then, of course, Friday happened. We'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. But that's obviously going to be a major factor as to what happens to markets in the next few days. Let's get into it. So, of course, what we saw was a Friday sell off. Trump posted that there were going to be tariffs applied to China at 100% in light of issues about rare earths. The dispute continues on that, and of course, China reciprocated in kind, suggesting that tariffs would be imposed the other way again. So, what seemed as though it was gently moving towards some sort of resolution over the course of the last few months, all of a sudden has hit a bump. We'll see what happens over the next few days on that, but that's obviously going to be front and center of many of the headlines that you'll see in the financial news. Of course, added to this is the ongoing implications of the government shutdown in the US. Healthcare remains a sticking point. The Democrats want an extension of the tax credits associated with the Affordable Care Act. The implications of this, just to make it clear, is that health premiums will shoot through the roof should an agreement not be made. At this stage, the Republicans don't seem to care with control of the House, the Senate, and of course the administration. They hold the cards in this. So again, watch and wait to see if there's anything going on. Of course, there is a public holiday in the US today, even though markets are open. And of course, one of the impacts of that is the delays in data release. Markets may continue to be unsettled if big US data continues to be delayed. It may be that this is advantageous to the administration if those jobs numbers which didn't come out are adverse. But of course, this is far from ideal. And as I said, as well as the impact on services, the data delays is a key factor. Just to add to that, we have earnings season kicking off. Big banks start earnings season this week with JP Morgan reporting before the bell tomorrow. So that could be interesting to see if there's any impact on what is perceived to be weaker data in the US with weaker jobs data and, of course, the impact of tariffs going forward. So just watch that. Generally speaking, earnings is expected to be relatively positive, but we'll wait and see. Obviously, things will ramp up after this week. And finally, in terms of a chart to look at, we thought oil looked interesting. Oil dived below support on Friday, and there's a key support level, which essentially is 4-year lows, that is one to watch. If we look at the chart here, you can see there around about that 58.90 was tested earlier in the year through June, but you can see if we go right to the beginning of this chart, there is the previous time it was at this level. So a breach of around about 57 will be technically significant and is one to keep on your radar. That may precipitate some more selling. And of course, don't forget, we've got our live market updates on Mondays and Thursdays now in a circle session on Wednesday, streamed live on YouTube and go to webinar. And our support team is available for platform and account assistance. Of course, we can't give personal financial advice, but we're here to make your trading experience better. And please don't hesitate to call if you need us. Have a great week. Trade safe and see you again soon. Bye bye for now.